Welcome to Bloodbath and Beyond. Today we review the indie horror Starry Eyes. Some people would kill to be famous.
Written and directed by Kevin Kolsch and Dennis Widmyer, starring Alex Essoe, Amanda Fuller, and Pat Healy, Starry Eyes is about a young starlet who's desperate to make it into the movie world, and she proves just how far you have to go to be famous. What do we like about this movie, guys? I thought this movie was very concise and directed. Like, it knew what it wanted to accomplish. It didn't bring in anything that was unnecessary. It was perfect in the sense that you saw this character evolve over time into what she became.
I like the way that everything was kind of metaphorical in a sense, in which like she needed to blossom into something different to become something that she wanted to be. And just like the way that it happened was really cool, just seeing how self-destructive she became over time. And she just goes into like a downward spiral of desperation, and it was just really well delivered.
I mean, the whole incident with Pat Healy in the restaurant saying like, this is my dream. Like, I know you have yours, but you gotta face reality, and each reality is different in its own. And he delivered that perfectly to show the comparisons of what's real and what is a dream. The entire pacing throughout this film was spot on.
Everything had this somewhat off edge to it. The main character is already very crazy and involved in her career. You can tell she's unhappy unless she's an actress. And then her just devolving into this insane woman, it was earned. And I think that's the most important part. It's just that nothing was taken for granted. Everything was earned throughout the movie.
To touch on the music, this little melody that they had playing was really cool. Even through the credits you saw it change as things got a little bit darker. I think they killed it with that.
The acting in this film, I think, was done really well. Every character was believable. You believed that they were struggling actors. They're all working regular jobs. They go to auditions, and then they come home and they party. Every character had their own quirk to them, but it wasn't off-putting.
When our main star, Sarah, played by Alex Essoe, when she was actually acting in the auditions, it was so strong and powerful. I'm like, whoa, she's an awesome actor. She, like, killed it. Great job.
I really enjoyed the overall production and the cinematography and lighting. They gave off that really ominous and dark feel, and they did a lot of backlighting and underlighting that created those shadows, that created that darkness. We had that whole dark figure with her under the hood.
I think a scene of point is the photo shoot.
Yep.
I thought that was just so perfectly done. It's dark, but purposely so. Then you have the huge flash of light, just like almost a dip into insanity for a second there. It's fantastic.
While there isn't like a ton of gore, the gore that there is fucking amazing. It's some of the best practical effects that we've seen in recent films. It's not too over the top, but it is well done.
The blood felt like the right amount. The cuts were reacting as they should. What don't we like about this film, guys?
We all didn't know how long time had passed in this film, because they didn't establish it until like near the end where they're like, oh, like we heard what happened the other night. But the way that they made it come across, it felt like months had passed.
And I think a big part of that was almost one piece of dialogue.
The last time I checked, I covered your rent for the past 2 months.
I kind of liked it because it kind of felt like, wow, you know, how long has this been going on? And then the opposite is just like, oh, it's only been so much. It's time for our final thoughts and ratings.
Going into this movie, I saw a teaser scene and it had me hooked instantly. And within that one scene, I was a little worried that this was going to be it. But the movie did not disappoint. This was an awesome film. I absolutely love the pacing. I love the story. I love the cinematography, the acting, and just everything was perfect in this film. This was a really good film with a strong message, and I highly recommend it. You're gonna love it. So that being said, I'm gonna give this film 5 cases of scurvy out of 5.
I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I thought it was so well done. It makes me happy that Kickstarter's out there because we do get more of these types of movies that everyone can go out and back. One of the things I find lacking in these types of movies is that you have a killer that just goes out and kills, and you don't get motivation, you don't get a backstory, and the kills are just cool, but they're not necessarily earned. But this is just, you see everything develop. You get to see the kills, why she's killing, how crazy she is. It was just such a concise, well thought out story that I highly recommend this movie. So I'm going to give this 4.5 tasty taters out of 5.
This was a really interesting and well-delivered film. Everything from the cinematography through just like the whole story and the character development was phenomenal. It was deeper than a lot of the films we watch, and it was great. It was so well done. I just think everybody in this film played their part perfectly, and the pacing of this movie was just amazing. So I'm gonna give this 4.5 dumbbells out of 5. As always, thanks for watching. Like this video, comment below if you've seen Starry Eyes. If not, go out and watch it, and then let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. To stay updated with everything Bloodbath and beyond, make sure you subscribe.
And see you later, Tater Gator.